Hi, I'm Jamie, and this is episode 2 of my occasional transport blog, or vlog. Yes, vloggy. Now, you might be interested or wondering, no, you're probably not be interested. I always have this theory, if you say something's interesting, you're setting yourself up for a fall, because surely somebody's going to find it not so. So I'll not say that it's interesting, but you might be wondering, if you're curious, as to what happened to episode 1. Well, let's call it a pilot and let's say that it wasn't great, so forget about that. So this is technically episode 2, but we'll call it episode 1. And it is Saturday the 5th of May, and it's about 11:35 at night, and I just thought I would tell you what I've been up to today and what transport I've been on and what I found and what I think. And I've just got a little sign saying that my battery's low, so hopefully we'll get this done before the battery runs out completely. So yeah, being such a lovely day, I thought I'd take myself off to the seaside, and one of my favourite seaside towns is actually Bexhill-on-Sea. I know there's not a huge amount there, but it's nice, and I tend to like some of the quieter seaside towns like Deal and places like Bexhill and Hove and those kind of places, rather than the bustling ones, which, I mean, they have their appeal as well, places like Southend and Torquay and Southport and all that kind of thing, but I like some of the smaller ones. Anyway, the advantage of Bexhill is that you can get there from here in Erith stroke Slade Green. You can get there and back in two different ways, which always appeals, because I like to try different modes of transport and different routes. And so that's what I decided to do. It was made even better this morning by the fact that, because of engineering works that South Eastern are doing on the Lewisham line, it meant that very, very strangely and unusually, there were direct trains running from Slade Green to Orpington. Now, when I say direct, they weren't that direct, in that they went round the loop, round the Sidcup loop, and then from Sidcup down to New Eltham, Mottingham, Lee, and I can't remember if it touched Heather Green or not, but it then went off to Grove Park, and then from Grove Park to Elmstead Woods to Chislehurst, and then to Orpington. And I thought, this is marvellous. If only we could have this all the time, I think it would be really, really good, because I think obviously most railway lines are linear, coming either from the central London out to the suburbs or vice versa, but you don't have an awful lot crossing over. And so what should be a kind of local journey, like say Erith to Sidcup, can be a bit problematic. Well, that one's not problematic because you do have them going round the loop, but try getting from, say, Slade Green to Orpington or Slade Green to Swanley, and you have to go very convoluted routes and lots of changes, and it would just be nice to try and have kind of, if we call the linear ones vertical, then talk about the other ones being horizontal, it would just be really nice. Anyway, I got to from Slade Green to Orpington in one fell swoop, which was really nice. Then took the train from Orpington to what do you call it now? I've forgotten the name of the place between Hastings and Bexhill. St Leonard's Warrior Square, that's the one. And again, because of the engineering works today, trains were merging, so when it got to Tunbridge, half the train toddled off to Dover Priory and beyond, and the rest carried on to Hastings. So I got off at Warrior Square, St Leonard's Warrior Square, and jumped on another train, just one stop, along to Bexhill. And obviously you could tell it was summer, you could tell it was a bank holiday weekend, and the sun was shining, unusually, because the train was absolutely packed. Just a southern train, 2 carriages, but it was mobbed. But that was okay, I was only going one stop. Then I got to nice sunny Bexhill, which was lovely, had a wander around, and then caught a lovely stagecoach bus, a 99. I thought it was quite amusing because up until quite recently, Stagecoach in London ran the 99, which is my local bus. They lost that contract, and since January it's been run by Arriva, but I just thought there was a nice polarity, a certain kind of a reflection there, in that the 99 was being run by Stagecoach, between Bexhill and Eastbourne. So off I trotted, well I didn't trot, I sat in the bus with nice leatherette seating, orange and blue of course in stagecoach colours, to Eastbourne, and had a wander around Eastbourne, a bit of lunch in Costa. And honestly, they're not sponsoring me, and I'm not appealing for free coffees or anything. And then back on the 99 again, back to Bexhill via Pevensey Bay, which looks really nice. Might pop in there sometime in future. It was good. Had quite a while to wait for the bus at Eastbourne though, because obviously being a bank holiday, traffic was a bit heavy, but not to worry, got on that. A bit more shopping and a coffee in Bexhill, and then back on the train, and this time the train from Bexhill, which starts in Brighton and runs through to Ashford International. So again, that's a nice trip as well, and again a very busy train, and then from Ashford International to Ebbsfleet, and from Ebbsfleet onto a fast track bus, and obviously the logical thing, or the thing that most people would do, would be to change buses at Bluewater and get a fast track from Ebbsfleet to Bluewater, and then jump on the 428 to come back here to Slade Green stroke Erith. But I'm lazy, and instead of wanting to go round the bus station at Bluewater, because obviously the fast track drops you off at stand A, or stand 1 or 2 for the fast track bus, and then you have to kind of walk through the information centre and out the other side and down a bit to stand 9 or 10, where you can catch the TfL buses, the 96, the 428 and the 492. But if you get off the fast track, rather than doing that at Bluewater, if you carry on to Darren Valley Hospital, then you can change buses there and get the 428 without moving a muscle. You can just get off at the same stop and straight back on when the 428 comes in. And so I took that into Erith and then just walked a short distance home. So that was my day. Very nice day, lovely day in fact. The weather was just perfect. It was one of those days where it was lovely and pleasantly warm without it being too oppressive. There was a nice little breeze, and when I was in the top deck of the bus between Bexhill and Eastbourne, there was a lovely little breeze blowing through the window. So yeah, all in all, a really nice day, and you know, a good opportunity to try out different routes. The stretch of railway between Bexhill and St Leonards is very nice, in that it runs along the seafront for quite a while, so you get to see all the nice little beach huts and all that. But let me tell you, a couple of weeks ago I was at Gillingham Station, and I was asking the people there, the station staff, what's going to happen when Thameslink starts. Well, actually, I said Crosslink, and when I made this video the first time, when I did my field pilot, I said Crosslink, but of course I don't mean Crosslink, because that's not going to go to Gillingham. I meant Thameslink. And I was asking the staff there where they're going to be, or are there going to be, Thameslink staff as well as South Eastern staff manning the station, where both South Eastern and Thameslink are operating. And the answer was no, and the answer is it's all going to be done by South Eastern staff. But there's still some confusion. Thameslink haven't really briefed the staff properly in terms of where trains are going to be put to bed overnight, or who will be locking up, or how that's all going to be done. So there's still quite a lot of things, despite the fact that there's only a couple of weeks to go, that are going to be sorted out. You know, so there's still quite a lot to be discussed, I think. So it's all going to be a bit lastminute.com. But what did amuse me was that the two people that I asked, one guy and one lady, were bigger geeks than me. No, they might not like being called geeks, and maybe they're not geeks, but we'll say geeks for geek's sake. So yeah, they were really enthusiastic about it all, and were quite were very knowledgeable about trains and movements. And oh, that was a cat running over my feet. Hello, cat. Her name is Mitzi, incidentally. Hello. And yeah, they talked quite a bit, and I did wonder, in fact, is that staff policy? Were they just geeks, or have the staff got together to say when a geek like myself asks a question, outgeek them? so that they never ask again. So yeah, do they have a policy called Outgeek the Geek? I want to know. Anyway, this, as I said, is going to be an occasional series, so I'll pop up now and then. But for all you railway and particularly bus enthusiasts, do tell me what you'd like to talk about. Give me some suggestions. Give me some thoughts about what you might like to talk about, and we'll take it from there. Open to all sorts of suggestions. I'm also looking to see if anybody would be up for a challenge. Recently, some group of people set a target or a record of 25 buses in 1 hour. You know how with your Oyster card now you can hop on and off for as many buses as you like in the space of 1 hour, and you'll only be charged £1.50. Well, some people took it upon themselves to try that challenge and see how many they could do within an hour. Obviously what you need to do is choose a corridor, a busy road, where there's lots of bus services which you can hop on and off. In the challenge that they did, I think they did cross the road and go back and forward a few times, because obviously you only really want to go one stop. But I would like to make it a little bit more difficult for myself and make it so that you can't go on the same route number more than once during the hour, and you can't double back on yourself. So if you have any suggestions as to a good place to do this, where there would be lots of opportunity to hop on and hop off different route numbers and still not double back on yourself, that would be really good. And I think it would be really fun if we could get a group of people together, maybe 4 or 5 groups even of small numbers. We could all try it in different corners of London and see where's the best for setting the record. We could even draw numbers to determine the service number that you have to start with. So again, send me your thoughts, anything in the comments that you want to say, that would be great, and I look forward to hearing from you. So in the meantime, geek night.